Taoiseach, I would suggest to you, if you were genuinely concerned about the Irish media, you might have remarked in New York on the issue of media ownership. You might also have been particularly concerned about the power of Denis O'Brien in Ireland's media landscape. You might have reflected that his dominance has a chilling effect on news gathering and reporting in the public interest, and on the ability of journalists to get to the truth. Had you said that, you would have had broad agreement, not just here, but I imagine for most journalists. But you're not interested in those legitimate issues. You simply wanted to have a go. So from the paid-for content scandal earlier this year to the controversy surrounding your 5 million spin unit, your interest, it seems, is in spin and optics. So my questions are, can you tell us who was at this lunch? Can you publish or provide the names? Is there a record of the meeting? What else was discussed, Taoiseach? Did you have any other commentary to make on other sections of Irish society, and would you care to share those views with us?
Thank you, Deputy Taoiseach.
It's great to be back, and thank you for giving me an opportunity to clarify this matter. First of all, Ceann Comhairle, I strongly believe that the free press is essential for democracy to function. It's important work, it's essential work, and in a free society and in a democracy, the work of a free press is as important as the parliamentary system or the court system.
In a democracy, people listen to questions being answered, please.
And that is why I personally and the government supports the work of the news media. And I always try to be as accessible and as open with the media as I can be. And yes, sometimes there are tensions between government and media, but that is as it should be. I read the story in the paper today, and I profoundly regret if anyone in the country thinks that in any way that I don't support a free press or don't respect the work of journalists. A free and fair and balanced media is a cornerstone of democracy and our freedoms, and that's why it is so important. But at the same time, it should not consider itself to be beyond reproach or above criticism. We have had on many occasions times in Irish society where groups of people or institutions felt themselves to be beyond reproach or above criticism, and we know what the results and consequences of that were. This was a private event. It was a 2-hour lunch. It was done at my request because I wanted to sit down with young Irish people living in New York to have an exchange of views with them, to hear from them what their thoughts were on the situation in America and in Ireland. I'd like to be able to respect the privacy of that event, but obviously that isn't now possible. There is no record of it. There was no speech given. It was a back-and-forth conversation involving about 15 or 20 people, covering a whole range of topics, everything from Brexit to the United Nations to Russia to so many different other things. And there was a conversation about social media and fake news, and it developed from there.